I gotta tell you guys, populists, patriots, I am angry right now. I am madder. I am madder than a swarm of bees right now. I am madder than a swarm of bees who have just had their beehive whacked down by a baseball bat. I am madder than a lion who hasn't eaten in 3 days. I am just angry right now. I am angry right now, and I am angry again, not surprisingly, at our government. The government of Canada has once again been taking unilateral decisions behind our backs, and I'm sick of it! So let me tell you what they're doing now. As you all know, Meghan and Harry Markle, or as I like to call them, the Markles, because we all know who's in charge in that relationship. We all know who's taking these decisions. We all know who is prepared to market themselves as ex-royals to work and to bring home the bacon while Mr. Mom sits at home with baby Archie. We all know what's going on. They moved to Canada, right? Vancouver Island. And I even said, and I'm a big critic of them, I said I'd welcome them. I'd welcome them to live wherever they want. You want to live on Vancouver Island? You want to live in Toronto? You want to live in Niagara Falls? You want to live in Northwest Territories? I don't care, okay? Really. And if you want to live a private life, which I think is a good thing, the last thing you need is more attention because you're a narcissist, Meghan. You want to live out in peace? I won't disturb you anymore. But the moment you come to this country and pretend like it's a British colony, or you come here and you milk us or take any of our money because you want to be financially independent, but then you take our money, that's when I'm going to be upset. Let me just move this over here so there's better lighting. Hopefully this is better. Okay. Okay? That's when I would get angry. Because I'm going to protect my country from foreigners, foreign royals. And I don't have respect for the royal family. I know you got old people who like, you gotta respect the royal family. And it's usually like, some English, old people of English aristocracy, they can trace their family back to God knows what, Mayflower and all that crap. I don't give a crap. You gotta respect the royal family. They're a part of history. For go hell with you. The French were here before you. The Danish were here before you. And before all of them was the natives. So don't tell me about no damn history. Go back to where you come from. But the thing is that those are the same people who would go after Muhammad or Miss Hindu or African coming here to try and better himself in Canada as an immigrant. Yes, we have to reform our immigration policies, but they would attack those foreigners who are trying to make themselves better off, but they would kiss the royal backside, these foreigners, these foreign royals who have quit their job as being royals, come here and literally milk our money. Now, if that's not a stereotypical bad immigrant, I don't know what is. A lot of people come here and say, well, these immigrants, they come here, take our money, go on welfare, all this stuff. That's what they all have to say. But don't you come now and tell me to respect the royal family, because they're doing exactly what the bad immigrant is doing. Meghan and Harry have come here, living on Vancouver Island, getting all these benefits that we don't get, getting money for their security when they're supposed to not be royals anymore. They quit their job. They should lose their benefits like everyone else. If I quit my job and if you quit your job, you lose all your benefits and you're living out in the street. And you want to see what the street looks like right now? Look at what the street looks like right now. That's where you'd be living, in that mess right there, if you quit your job right now. So don't come here and tell me we should respect any royals. They're behaving badly, and we need to deal with them like we deal with everyone else. Now, this has just come out. The government of Canada has been paying for Meghan and Harry Markle's security. Millions of dollars for the past few months now. They've been doing this. And it just blows my mind. Now, they say they're going to stop. They say they're going to stop. But to me, that's not good enough. I want my money back. I want my money back. Hey, Justin, you tacky-headed, tar-faced, swift-foot Matt Daddy with Jerry curls up in your hair, I want my money back. Hey, Bill Morneau, I want my money back. Chrystia Freeland, I want my money back. Bill Blair, I want my money back. All of you people, I want Caroline Bennett, Dominic LeBlanc, all you people who are making these decisions behind our back, Bill Morneau, Jean-Yves Duclos, Mark Garneau, Mary Claude Bibeau, all those liberal cabinet ministers, I demand my money back from those foreign royals who are milking us and thinking that this is a British colony that they can move to and take all our money and our wealth and our resources, and we just have to shut up and put up with it. I want my money back now. Don't tell me that you're going to stop it. You did this behind our back. You were quiet about it. You didn't say anything. You didn't bring it before Parliament. You didn't bring it before the Senate. You didn't even announce it. You were doing it behind our backs, and we want our damn money back. And I'm going to demand it back. And I'm going to be up all over the government's backside demanding the money back, even if that means I have to create another petition. By the way, that petition got thousands of signatures. Do you remember the petition I put up demanding the government not give money to these people? Demanding it. Don't give money to Meghan and Harry Markle. These are people who have quit their job as being royals. They no longer want to do what they are supposed to do. Meghan married into this family. She knew what she was getting into. She wants to quit now and move to Canada. I don't know what she thinks we are. Maybe she thinks we're just pathetic people who will just put up with this. And, we put up with Justin Ataki and Mac Daddy Trudeau milking our money and giving it to foreign countries. He's just now, I heard he's giving millions of our dollars to help African nations, probably because he wants a seat on the United Nations Security Council, even though China and Russia said Canada ain't gonna get no seat on no United Nations Security Council. You can give us all the money you want, we'll take it and run. So we're used to it, and we just sit down and shut up. So they're taking notes. They say, well, we can't move to South Africa because we've seen how South Africans react when their government treats them unfairly. We saw what they did to the apartheid government, tore them up. We saw what they did last year to the ANC, almost got them out of power. The last thing we want is to have some tire wrapped around our neck and have it burned. So we're not going to live in South Africa. They're not going to tolerate us. Julius Malema is not going to tolerate us taking his money from his government and having it being spent on our security when we said we're going to be financially independent. So forget South Africa. Donald Trump in America isn't going to allow that. Let's move to wimpy, pathetic, rolls over quickly Canada. Look at what the Justin Ataki and Mac Daddy's doing. He's taking from these Canadians and giving it to other nations. Meanwhile, natives suffer with poisonous drinking water, and the veterans who are just asking for their benefits back, they're not asking for anything extra. They just want the benefits that were taken from them by Trudeau back, and he says they're asking for too much, but the millions of dollars can go to foreign nations. If they can get it, us cosmopolitan royals can get it too, because we're friends with the Mac Daddy's wife. So let's move there. Folks, this is bad. People are taking notes all over the world at how Canadians are so easily pushed around and violated in their own country. They see it. This goes all the way back to the 70s. And by the way, I'm going to have a very special guest on tomorrow, John Turmel. He is a politician and a very smart economist, I think, probably the smartest economist in Canada. Forget some Tory finance minister. This guy talks about the government back in 1974, Pierre Trudeau, Justin Ataki and Mac Daddy Trudeau's cuckold father, allowing foreign banksters and foreign nations and the bank who own the Bank of Canada to put interest on our own money. So when we borrow our money, we have to pay compound interest, and we just waste billions and billions of dollars on our debt, which is used to pay for interest on our borrowing. interest. It's not like I mean, back before 1974, we would borrow money and just pay it back, no problem. We made this country great. Built the Trans-Canada Highway, Canadian railroads, all this sort of stuff. And then Pierre Trudeau, that family has really destroyed. Every time a Trudeau comes into power, they bring Canada down. Pierre Trudeau made it so that foreign banksters and foreign nations could charge interest on our money when we want to borrow money to make our country great, which means our debt skyrockets. And now Justin the Tacky and Mac Daddy Trudeau is wasting our money on foreign nations to help them with their problems, and for Meghan and Harry to have their security. It's like this family, I wonder if they're agents. I want to find out if they're agents set out to destroy Canada. I want to know. But in any case, the government has been making decisions behind our back. They have been taking our money, and without the consent of Parliament or anyone else, they decide they're going to give millions of dollars to Meghan and Harry. Now, they say they're not going to do it anymore. We're not doing it anymore. It's like, it's like let's say your child, you're making a cake in the oven, and your child eats the damn cake from the oven, takes it out of the oven, eats it. Say you're making rum cake or something like that. And he eats the rum cake. And then he goes upstairs to mama and says, "Hey, mother, I ate the rum cake, but it's okay. I won't do it again. I won't do it again. I will never eat it again. I am guilty. I feel guilty. I won't do it again." That doesn't mean anything. You go down to the street, you go down to the market and buy me another rum cake, or buy more ingredients for me to make another rum cake before I whoop your ass. So the government can't be doing this and then say we won't do it again. We want our money back. We want it back. And I want to know, what is it that stopped them from paying Meghan and Harry in the first place? They're all of a sudden not doing it. Now the government says that they were international figures that should be paid for. Well, I'm sorry, that excuse doesn't fly with me. When you quit the royal family, which made you an internationally protected person in the first place, you lose all your benefits. All of them. When Princess Diana quit the royal family, she didn't have Scotland Yard anymore. She had camera people literally up in her face. They went and killed her in a tunnel in Paris. So, don't come here now and say that these are internationally protected people. They have quit the royal family. They've quit their job. They need to lose all their benefits. Every piece of it. Everything. They need to lose it all. All of it. But now, here's the thing. If you say that they're internationally protected persons, why are you not paying for them anymore? What stopped you from paying them now? And if whatever's stopping you, if it hadn't stopped you, would you still be continuing to pay them behind our backs? This is how you know you can't trust this government. If we can't trust them with this, what else can't we trust them on? Who else are they giving money to behind our back? Maybe they give another $10 million to Omar Khadr behind our back without announcing it. The guy who killed two American soldiers. Who knows what more the money the government of Canada is giving to people behind our backs, without our consent, without Parliament's consent. That is why I always tell people, things that are owned by the government doesn't make it public, because the government's going to do what the government's going to do. We don't have public health care. We don't have... Crown corporations are not public corporations. LCBO is not a public company. It's a government company, because the government, you can elect them till you're blue in the face. They will do whatever they want, whenever they want, and then come election day, they'll try to apologize for it. So this is just infuriates me. It just shows that we don't have democracy anymore. We need a complete change. Constitutional change, whatever, some new thing. We need it, because things are just out of control now. I am just really peeved that our government has been secretly giving money to Meghan and Harry Markle behind our back without telling us, without informing Parliament. But I am going to fight for that money back. Of that you can be sure. This is the Arana Nation. And I want to inform you once again, if God willing, God allows it, we will have John Turmel on tomorrow on the Arana Nation. A very, very, talk about money being wasted. This guy has been on the case of our money being wasted on serving the interest that we use to borrow our own money for years. He has run in more elections, by-elections than anybody else in Canada and probably in the world. He's in the Guinness Book of World Records. He was on Dragon's Den. He has been overlooked, but that's because we've got an ignorant public on the left and the right that doesn't know a damn thing. They only listen to their little political parties, who give them a little tax cut here or a new program there. But until we get to the root of the problem, which is foreigners essentially, both in the private and in the government sectors, putting interest on our money, we're never going to solve the real problem here. So I'm having John Turmel on. I want to introduce him to my fellow patriots. I think he's a very great person. He would be great if he were prime minister. That would be an amazing thing. But we're going to have him on tomorrow, God willing. This is the Arana Nation.